Hello, I'm Kristen with the Rogers Public Library, and this week for Catch 'em All at the Library, we will be focusing on Pumpkaboo. So in your craft packet, you'll have your Pumpkaboo coloring page. You'll also have a fluffy black pom-pom, this little pre-made piece right here, a little orange honeycomb piece, some felt pieces, and some little paper circles and a ribbon. And I will show you how to put this all together to make Pumpkaboo. So the first thing we're going to do is take our black pom-pom and we're going to find this little black elastic piece that allows you to hang it up. It's a little hard to see, but it's in there. And then we're going to take our ribbon and thread it through the elastic piece so that we know where the top of our Pumpkaboo's head is going to be. So once we have that threaded through, then we'll be able to hang it up. So we'll just tie the ribbon, so that you can hang up. And then we'll set that aside for a moment. Now some pieces have already been cut out for you, like the little mouth and this part that's going to go on the top of his head, but you do have a couple of pieces to cut out. So we're going to cut those out quickly. So once we have our pieces cut out, we're going to take this large piece, we're going to fold it in half so that the pieces that kind of look like wings, that they overlap each other. And then we're going to take our scissors and we're just going to cut little curves into each of the little rounded edges. So every time there's a little dimple, then we're going to cut a little insert right there so that we have these little winged edges. All right, once we have that cut, then we're going to take our pipe cleaner that we had in there and we're going to shape it into an oval. So about a large circle, and we'll just wrap the two loose ends around to make our little fat circle. And we want it to be large enough so that when we shape it into an oval, it covers the bottom of this piece pretty well most of the way around. But not so that it is showing like outside of it. So it's going to fit inside. And then we're going to go ahead and glue that piece together. So I'm just putting tacky glue all over one side of the pipe cleaner and then flipping it over and pressing it down onto our felt piece. Then we'll set that aside. Next, we can take our little orange honeycomb ball here, and it has a little sticker on one side, a little rectangle sticker. We can pull that off, and then when we open it up, then it will stick to the other side. And we don't need this white piece, so you can either take it off or just fold it up in the middle. So we're going to reach in and press that sticky part together so that it will open up into a ball. And this is going to be our pumpkin part of our Pumpkaboo. So once we have that open, we're going to go ahead and take these two little orange circles with a little slit cut in them. These are going to be our pumpkin's feet. So grab a glue stick. We're going to put a little bit of glue on one side next to the slit, and then we're going to overlap it to make a little cone shape, and then press down so that it stays in the cone shape. And that is our little pumpkin foot, and we're going to glue it with tacky glue onto the bottom side of our little honeycomb pumpkin. So just get some tacky glue on there, and then just stick it on. And then we'll do the same thing for the other foot. Once we have both our little pumpkin feet on, then we can grab our little yellow eyes. These are going to be our pumpkin's eyes. So we're just going to put some glue on the back of our yellow circles, and we're going to stick them on up kind of above the feet on either side, and just gently stick them on. We don't have to press very hard. So that is our little pumpkin piece. Then we're going to take our big winged piece, and the side that has the pipe cleaner on it is going to touch the top of the pumpkin's head. So we're just going to put a bunch of glue right in the center on the bottom, so right in the middle of the pipe cleaner oval that we made. We're just going to stick that right on our pumpkin's head, right at the top. And my little foot fell off, so I'm going to stick that back on. It's going to be a little fragile until all the glue dries. Now, once the glue dries and all our pieces are secure, then you'll be able to bend the pipe cleaner however you'd like to pose our little Pumpkaboo so that his little arms and fluffy wavy parts can be down at an angle. You can have them fly up, however you'd like. If you have hot glue, you can do this much faster, but since we're using tacky glue here, it's going to take a while for everything to dry. And if you have pieces coming apart with your tacky glue, just add a little more. And you can also wait longer in between putting pieces together if you need to for your glue to dry a little more. But we will be able to pose all of this once the glue is dry. Now for the black kitty part of our Pumpkaboo. At the top, we will have the head. These are his little ears and his little tuft at the top of his head. So for this is already made for you. We just need to put some glue all along the bottom of the ear piece. I'm going to put some on either side across the bottom as well. And then up close to where we have our center, we're going to stick that in and then just kind of press all of the little black pom-pom fluff surrounding it up against the glue so that that piece will get stuck nicely inside and stay on our pom-pom. Then we have little tiny eyes to add. So we're just gonna put a little bit of glue and then choose a spot where we want our eyes to go and add them. And then we'll do the same with his little tiny teethies in his mouth. So we just want to add a little bit of glue to the back of the teeth and a tiny line of the mouth. And then that will go on just a little bit down below and kind of in between our eyes. And so there is the top of our pumpkaboo. Now we're just going to put a bunch of glue again right at the center bottom of our pom-pom. And we're going to stick that onto the center of the black winged part on top of the orange pumpkin. And there we have our pumpkaboo. Now we're gonna want to wait until he's dry to be able to play with him or hang him up, because he will fall apart easily until then. But once all the glue is dry, then you will be able to bounce him around, play with him, hang him up. And while he may wiggle a little, he shouldn't fall apart. And then you can pose the winged parts on the sides by shaping that pipe cleaner however you want it to position itself, and then the little winged tufts will be in different places around it. You'll also be able to manipulate the little tuft of fur at the top of his head, because this also has a pipe cleaner inside of it, so you can pose that to some degree as well. So that is our adorable little pumpkaboo for this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week to make another Pokemon. Bye!